Hello, Divine Feminine, and welcome to your Power Message for Friday, Fabulous Friday now. As we move forward towards this full moon in Virgo, which is going to be super powerful and intense, there's a lot of super intense, powerful energy around. So, as Ralph Smart says, we've got a whole lot to talk about. Now, I'm going to start with heaviness. If you've been feeling any heaviness in the body, in the eyes especially, if you've been feeling weepy or teary, and not even because you feel sad, you're just overwhelmed with emotion and you feel like you want to cry, or your eyes or your nose are running and you're not sure what's going on, it's because of this heavy energy. There's a lot being purged and released as we move towards this full moon. And I really feel this about seeing things clearly, a lot more clarity coming in, understanding of what needs to happen and change. And it's really powerful because the builders are in again next door and they are taking out windows. And windows, there might be a bit of noise, but windows are connected with the eyes of the house. You know, the eyes, because we look through the windows to see out, and we look through our eyes to see out. So I feel this is actually mirroring what's happening in the journey, because we are building a solid foundation for union. And I'm seeing that mirrored next door. So the eyes are being healed and cleansed. So we purge away and release any negative emotions or toxins in the body. So we can see our situation from a higher place of love as the observer of our journey. And that's bringing up a lot of emotion. So if you're feeling all this emotion, if your body's aching, if you're feeling this heavy energy around, if you're feeling frustrated, they give me fear. If you're going through fears, if you're going through doubt again, breathe. The angels want you to breathe through it. Now, I really feel that this change came in on the 1st because, you know, on Wednesday, we felt a big shift. Not just because it's a new month, but it's a brand new energy. The doors are open. And I was feeling a lot of woozy heaviness energy. So I was feeling a bit dizzy, like I couldn't focus, I couldn't see straight, my vision was all blurry, and I was connecting with what's being cleared away and healed. And I felt like the crystal I was wearing wasn't serving me. And when I did the Ascension Angels video yesterday, I wanted to change the crystal. So if you're wearing a daily crystal, or you know, you've been connecting with crystals to use to change your mood or your vibration, and you've been wearing a clear crystal and you feel it's not working you, red Jasper is the one to use. Now, we chose this crystal together yesterday with the Ascension Angels, and since I've been wearing it, I feel much clearer, healed, better, balanced. And, you know, this is the card that came with the crystal, and it says, red Jasper is an earth star and a root chakra stone of regeneration. Now, the root chakra is connected with stability, movement, change, and this regeneration, this healing, this rebirth energy. So I feel if you want more energy, if you're feeling a bit drained or you're feeling all this heaviness, red Jasper is really going to help. And it brings renewed strength and courage. And we need that right now to continue with our goals, to continue to believe, to have faith, to trust in this journey, so we don't buy into fear. And I'm not just talking about pre-union and, you know, wanting this love and wanting it to be physical, but anything you're manifesting. You know, if you've got dreams that you're manifesting, goals, things you want to achieve and do, and you feel like, is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to happen? Well, we know that this is the year where things are happening, where things are building, changing. And we know we're going to see results because we're very aware that the water rabbit has opened that door and there is a new beginning here. So we can harness our own power. But it's always nice to have extra courage and strength to continue to do affirmations, gratitude, to work on the self, especially when we go through dizzy spells or confusion because of the situation around. You know, we may get naysayers affecting us. We may listen to readings that we really shouldn't do. You know, readings about people who say the masculines are narcissistic, or, you know, they badmouth the masculines. It does not serve, because your twin, your divine masculine, is a part of you. You are one. So really, if someone's badmouthing your twin, they're badmouthing you. because you are one. So think about that. If you're being negative towards them, you're really being negative towards you. So what you give to you, ultimately you give to them. That's why, when you overgive, we feel frustrated and depleted because we feel we're not getting anything back. But we also know that we haven't really wasted any time or money because we've been giving to ourselves. So it really is being in a bit of a catch-22. That's why a lot of the time, if you put a rant on social media, for example, about how bad everything is, usually you will remove it a couple of minutes later or half an hour later because you know that it does not serve you. You don't want to be giving those things momentum. So red Jasper is going to give you the courage and strength and determination to move forward and to feel this energy of rejuvenation. And this just blew my mind because it says it enhances emotional balance, but it's also called, red Jasper is also called, wait for it, the warrior stone. And that really is kind of a Ralph Smart slow motion this side moment. Warrior stone. I was like, wow, the divine feminine wearing red Jasper is stepping into power. This is amazing. Even if alarm bells go off, sirens, if you wonder what's going on, if you're unsure of things, red Jasper is going to bring grounding in. And it's even more powerful because our soul sister Gudi Rosehill, she has her own channel, Twinflame Love, and she's gifted me, they came yesterday, this gorgeous new deck, and it's I Love Oracle. And I love how the colour matches. This is, with her deck, she always connects with the orange energy because it's, it's beautiful. It's about prosperity and, it's connected with her Swami and it's very beautiful. But I love that we've got red Jasper, which is this gorgeous kind of deep orange stone. And we've got these deep orange healing cards or the deep orange vibration. And, I've been guided lately to have oranges in the house. Now, I don't eat the oranges. Maybe I should. I prefer to drink juice. But George loves to eat oranges. But just having oranges in the house, I've had them in the house for the last month or so, has been very good for manifesting abundance. Now, it's always good to have fruit in the house, even if you don't eat it, because it does manifest money and it manifests abundance and health. And I've tried all kinds of fruits, apples, pears, lemons, I can't think of anything, that goes in the fruit bowl, bananas, but the one that seems to work the best is oranges. Get some oranges in your house and you watch things begin to change. You're going to find that you've got more money, more opportunities to get more money coming to you. You're going to feel richer. And when we feel rich in all ways. So riches aren't just about physical things like money or material things. It's about feeling good. It's about joy, gratitude, bliss, feeling at peace and at one with everything. And that's also the energy flowing in. So I want to bring in Gudi's cards today to bring in a message for the Divine Feminine. And these are beautiful decks. And, if you head over to Gudi's channel, she'll be able to tell you where you can get these from. I'm pretty sure they're available on Make Plain Cards. So thank you, angels. Can we have a message today, please, for the Divine Feminine? So you may not want to wear orange today, but you may be guided to wear orange jewellery or deep orange. You just may be guided to get some red Jasper on the go. I'm really feeling much better since I've been wearing this stone. And I just knew, when it's time to change. And, use your own discernment. If you're feeling you want to stick with clear quartz or the crystal you're wearing, do that. But as soon as you start feeling a bit off balance or a bit woozy or like you need a bit more of a boost, try red Jasper. It just might help. So let's use Gudi's new deck. What do we need to know? Thank you, angels. So this is the message that's standing out first of all, because this jumped out on its own and it says, please be patient with me. Now I feel that's a message from your masculine saying to you, please be patient with me as I do what I need to do, as I do my work. Trust me to find my way, to make the changes. I am coming. But also this is your own higher self saying, please be patient with me. So you also have to give yourself credit for how far you've come, Divine Feminine, and not beat yourself up over the things that you haven't yet achieved, or, when you struggle with certain things, because, life is change and life is a roller coaster. And as Ronan said, you just have to ride it. So you're going to have days where you feel on top of the world and amazing and everything's going good and you feel good and everything just falls into place. But you're also going to have days where you don't feel that way, where you feel depleted, drained, tired, scared, frustrated, angry, worried, anxious. You're going to have these things coming in too. And you learn how to handle it. So you have to be patient with yourself when you go through those feelings, when you feel like you're having a bad day, because we're all human. We're spiritual beings, yes, but we are operating in a physical existence. And our physical self, our physical human self, has an ego. And the ego edges all the goodness out. Remember that message that came through the other day from my mum, that the earth is a school, and it is. It's a big Hogwarts. And, if you're a Harry Potter fan, Hogwarts is the big school. And if you haven't seen Harry Potter, you need to, because it's amazing. But, it's the big school of life, and we have to be patient. A lot like when we're learning a new skill at school. When you're at school, you may have had to take some time to learn to read, or take some time. But you get there. Please be patient with me. It's your own self asking you that. Okay? Don't try and run before you've learned how to walk. Don't try and read the end of the book before you've experienced all the chapters of it. Give yourself credit, time. And it's reminding me of, I remember once my mum saying to me, when I was at school, okay, apparently I was afraid when I was at school. I can't remember it because it's primary school, years ago. Apparently I was afraid I'd never learn to read. And I said to my mum, apparently, my mum said, oh yeah, you said to me, you were afraid you weren't going to read. And your teacher was afraid as well. But then you move forward in leaps and bounds. And, I was really good at English. It was like one of my favourite subjects. And I did well in English, with my exams and stuff. Not that exams mean anything. But, from going from that to excelling in a subject, it shows you how far you've come. So you might think, oh, I'm never going to be in union. But then when you are in union, you're going to look back and think, why did I ever worry about that or think that? Because even if things don't seem to be progressing, they absolutely are. And when I think back before my union and how I was worrying about these things and stressing, and I'm in union, it's coming up for 4 years. So please be patient with me. As a message from your twin flame, yes, but really it's a message from your own self saying, please don't rush anything or force anything, just be at ease. And because she's on a beach and she's looking out at the waves there, I'm seeing a few things. First of all, I'm seeing relaxing and maybe even vacation time for someone watching. If you want a holiday, if you're thinking about going somewhere warm, nice, or if you live near a beach and you want to go near the beach, that's the time. But also looking at the ocean and realising how, small we are and really how big everything else is, as in the universe, the ocean. There's a bigger picture here. There's a bigger picture. Think about what God did. He created everything. Not just us as human beings, but the earth. He created the oceans, the sky, everything. That's power. And that's the power that's helping you. And that's what you are being guided to remember today. And to know as well that Jesus loves you. They give me a block because I do feel there's also heavy energy around communication that's been lifted. So you can talk again and talk about the future and come together and bring in the power of this amazing love. You may even see signs in nature today, like in the clouds or, in the ocean. You're going to see signs that buoy your faith and keep you strong. And, the other night, me and George went to see The Bodyguard, the show at the theatre. And, it was the theatre production of it, not the film. And, it was a lot different than the film. But I enjoyed it, and it was eye-opening in some places as well. As we know, we have these kind of twin flame moments. But also the thing that really stood out was when they sang Jesus Loves Me. And it really hit me, because sometimes we forget that. We get so busy with our lives and doing things, we forget that we are just loved for who we are. And that's why we have to be patient with ourselves. You are loved for who you are. You are loved so much more than you allow yourself to believe sometimes. You are loved beyond measure. And you're being reminded of that today. I crave your touch. And it's hard to be patient when you're craving that. You know, when you're wanting them in a physical way, when you're wanting contact, when you're wanting to be intimate, when you're wanting to be together. It's hard. But you have to trust that when it happens, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be magical. So when you crave them, start giving back to you. It's so important that we are good to ourselves on this journey. So we don't crave things from our twin or the outside world. We start giving back to ourselves and realizing all we need is our connection with self and source, because your twin lives in you. And the connection you have with your own self reminds you of how independent and powerful you actually are. And then you become more patient because you're trusting that the process of your life is working out beautifully. So you start breathing through the struggles, relaxing, feeling healed. And I want to kiss you. So you're craving their touch, you're craving their kiss, you're craving them. And this is why we can be impatient. So I'm really feeling the need and the desire today is creating heaviness or frustration, not just for you, but for them too. So they are craving your kiss and your touch just as much as you're craving theirs. In fact, sometimes the impatience comes from the masculines, because if they're in a situation and it's trapped, like a marriage or a relationship, or, you know, they can't get to you. Say if you live on opposite sides of the world, even if you're communicating, they can't physically reach out to you and touch you. So we have to learn to connect in other ways, because that's also a part of this journey. Remembering it's not just about the physical stuff. It's about the spiritual stuff. That's why we're here. So that you can have that kiss and that touch in the 5D realm through a dream. And that's what's happening right now. A lot of dreams. The masculines are struggling to rise because, you know, not rise up as the warriors they are, but rise out of bed. They're struggling to start their day or get up because they want to remain in those dreams. They want to stay dreaming, because when they are dreaming, they're dreaming about you, especially if it's taken a while for them to fall asleep because they've got things on the mind or they've got insomnia. When they're in that dream, they don't want to come out. It breaks my heart to see you suffer. So I feel a few things here again. This is a message from your twin. It breaks their heart when you're suffering. But this is really coming from a loved one in heaven, from your angels, from God. You know, it breaks my heart to see you suffer. You know, and obviously angels, loved ones in heaven, God may not have a heart in the way that we see it, you know, as in a physical beating heart, but they have the heart of love, the heart of the matter. In other words, they want you to feel loved and feel the presence of love all around you, supporting you, surrounding you. And I definitely feel there's this energy around clouds today, seeing signs in clouds. And, you know, the rose here, or this flower, it's just like a beautiful pink rose or carnation, but I'm seeing that as love, romance. It's about healing any bitterness. It's about feeling at ease. And I'm seeing this as the road, you know, kind of the road becoming clear. So first of all, we've got sacred silence. Look at this. Sacred silence. So it's saying silence of speech leads to silence of mind, leads to absolute silence. So in other words, the separation, the quiet times, the times where you're not communicating, but also the times where you can find a sacred place to be still. And we do that through meditation, through forms of, you know, mindful meditation that calms us. So not always the meditation where we are, you know, lying on the bed or, you know, legs crossed or saying It can be walking in nature. It can be, you know, sitting in a coffee shop, whatever works for you. They give me fear. Anything that removes the absence of fear, which is the ego. Anything that removes the ego. So silence of speech, which means when we quiet our mind, leads to silence of mind, leads to absolute silence. Now, what they showed me in my mind is, if you've seen the film or read the book, but seen the film Eat, Pray, Love, and, you know, what in there, you've got a lady, Liz is going to do it. Liz is the main character, but something happens and she doesn't do it. But there's a lady in that film, you know, when they are in India, she has a board, like, around her neck, and it says, I'm in silence or something like that. So she's not allowed to speak, because she's taken this kind of vow of silence in a way to be still. And it's not as easy as you think, because we're designed in a way to talk and get things off our chest and express things. So when we are forced in a way to be still, all we can do is listen. Wow, and there's like a little noise. It's like drilling, but it's in the other room, and it sounds like vibration shifts. And I've got angel bumps, because what they're telling me is, when we still our mind, or when there's separation between you, or when you have that quiet time, your vibration begins to change, because really you're blocking out the noise of the outside world, distractions, technology, what people are saying, fear. And it's in the depths of the silence where the voice of God can be heard. I've got angel bumps. That's where we hear. Because, when we ask for help, that's prayer. When we receive help, it's meditation, it's the stillness, it's calming of the mind. It's in the separation. That's why the separation is so powerful and why it works. So the next time you get ignored by your twin, don't be panicking and taking it personally. See, wow, he's gathering his thoughts together, he's processing, he's working things out, he's connecting with his true self, he's connecting with God. I mean, isn't that powerful? And he connects with you because you are one. He goes within to connect with himself. It's like he's going in his inner cave and he's finding himself. Or when you get blocked, it happens for a reason. Why? So you surrender divine feminine. So you stop chasing, stop communicating, stop sending messages, stop trying to resolve everything, and just let go and let the universe do its job. You cannot always oblige, but you can always speak obligingly. Now that's powerful. And what this is saying is, sometimes things just aren't going to go to plan. But you can allow things to be in God's plan. In other words, things don't always have to go your way for it to go the right way. It's about letting go of that control and trusting all is well. And they're guiding me to this as well, because, in the Ascension Angels video that I did yesterday, we got this card coming out. And I want to bring it in. Is this the right one? Yeah, this is the right card. Because I really feel like guided to share this message. So this is actually a datura flower, okay? And it says go deeper. Now, where are we? We're in Pisces energy. What do we do in Pisces energy? We go deeper. And we're heading towards a Virgo full moon. Well, the full moon is connected with the worm moon, which is connected with soil, which is connected with worms, which move about and create change in the soil. So that's fertile energy. Things that are going to be built and are going to grow. So things are growing, building, we know that. But sometimes we have to go deeper. We have to look within, because this journey doesn't always make sense. And that's what it says. It says avoid judgment as you reach new levels and give yourself the gift of an open mind. So we have to look beyond the physical. And that's why I feel there's eye issues, and it's really interesting they're taking the windows out of there, and I only know because I went upstairs, I thought, what's going on? And saw all the windows out. And listen to that drilling again, vibration shifting, vibrations changing. So when we look at our life differently, when we view this journey differently, things begin to change. Very powerful. So let's bring the book in then. Let's bring the book in. So let me know if you're already wearing red jasper, or you felt guided to that, or you want to start wearing it now. But already, even a day in, I'm feeling its power. So the message coming through today is, let me just move this, is give time to your priorities today. Now, we've got the number 62, which is about the physical world. The number 6 and 2 is the partnership. So we can partner up with the angels today to give time to our physical stuff, the things we need to do. It may be giving yourself time to have a break, resting, working on your vibration, doing things for you. And the thought for today is, I give time to my priorities. I set everything else aside and devote myself to enjoying what matters most. They're giving me the word busy. I take baby steps in the direction of my heart's true dreams, even when you're busy. So when you're busy, you have to make a conscious effort to have that quiet time. So I'm seeing this as time to go within to think about you and what you want to change your vibration. You have dreams, activities, and relationships that are meaningful to you. Well, you have dreams, things you're dreaming about with your twin, things you want to achieve in your life, things you are doing, activities which may mean, work, or it may mean, something you love to do, maybe reading a book or watching a film or going somewhere with the kids, or, doing exercise, or whatever your activities are. And relationships, which are your twin flame journey, maybe your relationship here on the channel with me or with other people, or your family relationships or relationships with friends. These are things that matter. Okay, and they matter a lot, and you feel happy thinking about them. They are your priorities. And when you nurture them, you're not only more cheerful, but you feel more positive about you. It's an act of self-care to devote to what you value. But a lot of the time, remember, we are overgiving to one of those things, which is our twin. So the message today is, if you feel depleted, drained, tired, heavy, like you're not receiving what you're craving from them, take a look and say, okay, I may not be receiving right now exactly what I want in my love relationship, but I can certainly make time for my goals and dreams, my other activities and the other relationships in my life, and I can feel fulfilled from those. So you start filling your cup up. In the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus by John Gray, I'm pretty sure there's a bit in there about why we struggle when we try and get everything from one cup. We try and get everything from one cup, that cup's going to go dry. But when we realise we have our job, we have service, we have family, we have this, that, this and the other, we have many, many cups we can drink from. So we're not just trying to drink from one cup, which gets drained and, it just disappears. So in other words, if you feel like you're drinking too much of the twin flame cup, then drink from another cup. And that's really what they're showing me as well. Very powerful. When you nurture them, you feel better. So despite appearances to the contrary, you really are in charge of your schedule. And that's true. And, when I realised that, it was liberating for me. Because, before I went full-time on YouTube, I thought, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do that. And the angels were like, listen, you haven't got to do anything you don't want to do. You may feel you were obligated because you've got bills to pay, you've got to sort this out, or you've promised that. But you haven't got anyone to please but yourself. And that's the truth. Even if you've got to take your kids to school, you choose to do that because you want them to have an education. If you have got to go to work, you choose to do that to earn money, to pay the bills, to live a better life. So we have to look at it differently. You can give attention to whatever you choose, and we angels will keep interruptions away and help ensure that your responsibilities are met. So in other words, if you need time to meditate, the angels will shield you so that you don't get interrupted by a phone call or a knock on the door or, anything else in your mind affecting you. Acknowledge any fears and insecurities that trigger procrastination and know that they're perfectly natural and normal emotions that merely represent a resistance to happiness and nothing more. Lovingly laugh at your concerns and then move ahead with your beloved dreams. So start looking at your life and laugh at things that stress you out and think, why am I even worrying about that? Why? If your masculine is ghosting you, visualise him with a sheet on his head, running around, acting like a child, or slamming a door like a child, or try and see the funny side of things, because humour is medicine. And when we laugh at the situation, number one, we feel better. But number two, no one else can laugh at it if we laugh at it first. So remember that. It brings in power. Even spending a few moments on what's important to you can elevate your mood, self-esteem and energy levels. Devoting time to your priorities then becomes a healthy new habit that you develop gradually. So have patience with yourself. I've got angel bumps. That's what it says. And what's the message? Be patient with me. Please be patient with me. So have patience with yourself if you occasionally backslide on your way to giving them your full attention. And this really resonates with me because, yesterday and the day before, I was starting to get stressed out because I was wearing the wrong crystal, it wasn't feeling right for me. And I thought, as soon as we hit March, I felt a big shift. And as exciting as it is and magical, I thought, what's the matter? What's going on here? There's heavy energy. I can't be bothered to do my affirmations, or I feel like things are taking longer than they need to. And I was like, where's my get up and go gone? What's going on? And now I feel like it's back with this red jasper. And I'm not saying that it's the stone that's doing it. It's me believing the stone is doing it that's making it happen, because it's ourself that has that power. But it's always nice to connect with something in that way. It's like if someone gave you this stone and said, this is going to do this and this and this for you. If you believe it, then it will happen. If you don't believe it, then it's a waste of time. And that's the same with intention bracelets and anything else. So always use your own discernment. And if you are operating in fear, or you're letting other readings to affect you in a negative way, say if people are talking about black magic or narcissistic traits or any of these things, ask yourself this question. Why am I allowing myself to buy into this fear? Why am I making that a priority? Why am I giving time to that when I can give time to this and focus on what I feel and know? That's what the angels want you to know today. But it's okay to experience doubt and struggle and frustration. We just have to pick ourselves up out of that energy. It's a choice that we have every day. I go through the things that you go through. I just choose to do it in a different way sometimes, because I will choose the power of heaven over anything else. I hope this helps. You can do that too. Have a great day. I'm sending you so much love. And remember as well, if anyone does want a personal reading right now, if you're thinking about that to give you a boost of power or to feel better or gain some clarity, you can email me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com and I can give you the information for a reading. And I am also hoping to be live over the weekend to do a Q&A, but we'll see how we go. But have a beautiful day. I love you very much and I'll see you soon.